Hello. I did. So this week I just watched two. I watched Tickled, which is insane. Sarah, have you ever seen it before? I mean, Sean.
Yay!
Oh, well, well, well. That's okay.
Let me try that real quick. Sorry.
We're still going right now.
Yeah.
So right now we maybe are live streaming just me saying that we have no audio right now. Best case scenario, people can hear me saying we have no audio. Worst case scenario, they're just looking at a screen where my mouth is moving and there is no audio coming out whatsoever.
It's working.
It is working. All right.
Hey.
Hey, I guess we fixed it.
Good job.
If anybody's been
Great
able
job,
to hear it the
Sarah.
whole time, send me a comment in the YouTube comment section there. We will be following that along as we go. I can see all of your comments if you're watching the YouTube, so feel free to write in and say hi. So anyways, as I was saying, we're doing a quiz about documentaries. We got a couple of comedians that are going to answer some questions, multiple choice questions, and myself and May have written all of these questions for this week. So, May, as I was asking you before, what documentaries did you watch this week to warm up for this?
Okay, so this week I watched Tickled, which was absolutely insane. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it or not,
I have
Sean.
not seen it, and sorry, because I was like, yeah, let's cover that. Let's both watch it, and then I did not watch it.
Oof, it was, I don't want to give too much away, but man, it was a wild ride start to finish. Like every moment was like, this couldn't get weirder or stranger, right? And it just did the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's a follow-up documentary that covers the screening of the original one because shit just kind of got out of hand
At the screening.
at the screening. The subject of the film showed up, and it was wild. It's very enjoyable.
Oh
So
man! All right, I'm still gonna try and watch that before the debate tomorrow night because I feel like it's the one that I'm missing right now. People have recommended
yeah,
a lot
great.
of great ones this week. Uh, I think the most surprising one for me that I enjoyed the most was there's one called Dancing with the Birds on Netflix. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't even heard of that.
It is. There's no story. It's just about birds and their like mating rituals, their dances and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And it is hilarious. The the narration is perfect. The music for it is perfect. And I was watching this with Sarah and her parents, and we all just couldn't stop laughing the entire time, which is not what I expected from like a wildlife documentary.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, what else did you watch? Anything besides Tickled?
So I also watched Icarus. I watched some, which is I don't know if you've seen that one, but that's about like basically doping scandals.
Oh yeah, I heard of it. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
that
it.
one was pretty good. And then I watched some of Hellier, which I'm not going to give it away because there's a question or two about that. But that one's a weird kind of paranormal type one. But I don't know. I think my favorite documentary series of all time, even above Tiger King, has to be Planet Earth too.
Mm.
Just have you watched the second?
I don't
It
think I've
came out
seen the
like maybe
second one.
5 years ago.
No,
Oh, dude, there's a scene where the baby iguana is like running away from the snakes.
I haven't seen it. I have
Oh,
to check it out.
it's good. Snoop Dogg narrates a couple of the videos. Actually, he does like a voiceover of it. It's very enjoyable.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll check it out, especially after watching the birds one and realizing that wildlife ones are kind of my thing. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know what else was a surprising one was Julia Rios actually recommended this was Bathtubs Over Broadway. Have you heard of it?
No.
So it's all about this writer from Letterman. He's like the head writer for Letterman for forever. And remember when they used to do those? They'd bring up like Dave's record collection, and they just play like silly, stupid things that nobody ever heard of.
Yeah.
Well, it was this guy's job to like find those things, and then after he started finding them and listening to them, he got like they all got stuck in his head, and he got like really involved in like tracking down all of these what they're called is industrial Broadway plays. So they're all of these plays that they're Broadway musicals that didn't happen in Broadway or anywhere in public. It was just for a company that wanted it, like Xerox or
What?
John Deere or something like that. They just wanted it for their employees and for like their sales force to watch and stuff. And so he has all these vinyl records that were never meant to be like heard by anybody. And he kind of tracks down like people that were involved in making them. And they're all like legit, like they ended up having good careers on Broadway and stuff like that too. But it's just so funny to watch him like get into that.
That sounds absolutely fascinating.
It was surprisingly good. When I saw Broadway in the title, I was like, I'm probably not going to be into this, but it was, it was good.
It sounds more engaging than the Hellier documentary, which again is just weird people. I mean, the premise is there are these ghost hunters who try something a little different this time around, and it's they're weird as hell. At one point, they're like, "Oh, let's read our tarot cards before the day tomorrow and see what kind of day we might have."
Oh,
it's
weird.
Weird documentary.
All right,
docuseries.
Well, I'm into it. I'm probably going to check that out too. But we do have some contestants here to answer some questions, so I'll introduce. I got my money riding on this first comic. I think that he's going to win the quiz tonight. Here's my friend, Nick Martucci. Hey, Nick, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah, of course. And so, May, who are you bringing in tonight for us?
So I think Nick has seen a lot of documentaries. I think he's great, but I think that my girl Danya is absolutely going to crush him.
Okay.
So, Danya Traumer, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
Hey, of course, I've seen 3 documentaries.
Oh, great.
So we got this.
What were they?
You got this.
Do you remember the names of each?
Yeah. I'll get back to you.
All right. So I'll say we're going to ask you a question, each of you at a time. You're working solo tonight. So when we ask the question, you will have 30 seconds to give an answer. Feel free to talk through your thought process as you're trying to think of the answer. And then if you make us laugh while you're trying to think, we'll give you a little extra time, but without that, we need an answer in 30 seconds. If you're bombing, we need an answer right away. So, all right, May, let's have Danya go first, because I think Nick's going to be so good at this that it's going to be discouraging if he goes first and just keeps getting them right all the time.
All right, we're going to have Danya come out strong right out of the gate here.
There's a lot of pressure happening here that I'm not a fan of.
I feel very confident in your multiple choice ability, Danya. You're going to be great.
Okay.
All right, so our categories are animals, cults, fraud, sports, and wild card. Where do you want to get started, Danya?
Let's go cults.
All right.
All right. So, do you want to read one of yours, May?
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, Danya, your question is, and this is these are all multiple choice, so you can kind of wait till you hear all the options and talk them through. But your question is that there is an upcoming HBO documentary series focusing on Nexium. So on its face, Nexium was a self-help group that sold seminars to help improve your life. But what are the more nefarious claims about this organization? Your options are A, they were actually a sex trafficking cult that operated in blackmail. B, they secretly worshipped Roman gods and forced their members to partake in sacrificial festivals. C, they were involved in the assassination of a Canadian member of parliament. Or D, they forced young women to live and work on a tiger ranch for little to no pay, then made them get plastic surgery.
Well, I think I was actually part of this cult. If I'm remembering correctly. I like how specific all these answers were. Like, and I also like how sex trafficking and like the other option are along the, like, how the Roman gods are on the same level. Like, you worship Roman gods. That's pretty okay. I don't know if I remember all the options, but I'm gonna go with sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking is correct.
Yes.
Boom. I don't know if we have a sound effect because I want like a.
Oh yeah, hold on.
But...
Nice job, Danya. Good start.
Thank you.
Strong start. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, then the pressure is on Nick. Nick to get the first one right here. So, Nick, what category would you like to start at? We have animals, cult, fraud, sports, and wild card.
Well, let's keep it going with cult.
Okay.
Let's go 1-on-1.
Sure. So your question is, in the documentary Wild Wild Country, in 1986, Ma Anand Sheila pleaded guilty to which of these charges? A, shoplifting. B, indecent exposure. C, possession of marijuana. Or D, engineering a salmonella outbreak.
Whew. This is one that I love cult docs, and I haven't seen this one because it's a series, and I hate that documentaries can't just be 90 minutes. As far as what she would have admitted to, like, the first three sound so tame to admit to that I feel like you would have admitted to them beforehand. Why would you deny shoplifting, I guess? But is salmonella so out there that it's the joke answer?
All right, we are at 30 seconds.
Let's go with D.
That is correct. Guilty of engineering a salmonella outbreak. It's just one of the ways
we're in a dead heat right now.
That the cult was getting back at the town next door that they didn't get along with. If you haven't watched Wild Wild Country, I would recommend it. I couldn't recommend it more. I know it's a series. It's a lot to watch. But, man, the things that they did. First, they started with buying 80,000 acres in Oregon for their cult. And then it just, from there, that's like the most believable thing that they did. So...
I feel like that's a cult I could get on board with. That seems organized, well funded. They have a plan.
It was so well organized. That's kind of the problem, was that the government had to shut them down because they were like really effective at not just having their cult, but like influencing other politics in the like area. So it was great. Okay, Danya, you're tied 1-1 right now.
Cool.
So
no sweat. I got this with my
knowledge.
Yeah.
We got this, Danya. So you feeling wild card, sports, animals, or fraud?
Well, I'm always feeling fraud. Let's go fraud.
All right, let's do it. All right, so this question is about one of the several Firefest documentaries from last year. Okay. Is that one of the documentaries that you've seen in your life?
I think out of the 3 documentaries I've seen, 2 of them were the Fire Festival. 2 different ones. So,
perfect. All right, so here's your question. Andy King, one of the producers of Fyre Fest, admitted that he was willing to give a customs agent a blowjob in order to get a much-needed product through customs. What was that product? Your options are A, avocados, B, coconut water, C, Evian water, or D, kale chips.
Okay, these all are very believable. I'm having a really hard time here. I mean, who wouldn't suck a dick for some kale chips? You know, I think that's the commonly held value. Let's go Evian water, though. I'm gonna say
Evian water is correct. No, fun fact. So like maybe 6 months after the documentary aired, Evian actually released a special bottle that said, "So good, you'll do anything for it." And yeah, and Andy King was promoting it on his Instagram. So,
Oh my god.
Well, he had to.
That is wild. Yeah, I watched those documentaries like back to back, the two Fyre Fest ones. They're so good.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, what category do you want to go to, man?
I'm gonna keep this beat for beat and go fraud again.
Fraud. Okay.
you can do that. Wait, hold on. I didn't know the word. You can repeat categories.
Well,
No,
he's
I'm
doing the
repeating
same
what you
category
do,
that
so
you
we're
did.
staying even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got this. All right. So
So he hasn't returned to the same category that he did already. So we'll allow it. Okay. Nick, your question about fraud is, in 2015, Forbes magazine named Elizabeth Holmes the youngest and wealthiest self-made billionaire in America. By 2016, Forbes revised her estimated net worth to which of these? A, $30 million, B, $1 trillion, C, a 1997 Geo tracker, or D, $0.
Ooh, what was the year?
The
revision
year of the
year.
car, or the year that she was estimated?
No, what was the new year? What was the revised year?
Oh, okay. 2015, she was named the youngest and wealthiest self-made billionaire. And 2016, they revised her net worth. So in 1 year, Forbes magazine
yes,
revised her net worth from $1 billion to one of these.
Well, it's gotta go down because that is an amazing story. I love her so much. I can't imagine my net worth can't be zero, so I'm gonna say A.
And the answer is actually D. Her net worth went down to $0, according to Forbes magazine. Yeah, so quite a fall there.
Doesn't seem right.
Yeah, well, she also might be going
Obviously,
to
I
prison.
don't know how money works.
I mean, all of her worth was based on the potential of the product that she was creating. So once they realized that it didn't exist and that it could never exist, and that she was also probably going to jail for fraud, her net worth fell pretty quickly.
She's still worth something in my heart.
All right. Right now it's 2-1. Danya's in the lead. So.
Oh, well, look at that.
hey, hello, champion.
All right, Danya, you got the heat. What are you feeling? What's next? We got animals, sports, and wild card.
It's animals. Let's do
Animals. Let's do animals.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for this one? So this one's about the documentary Blackfish. I don't know if that's one of the ones that you've seen.
I've avoided it like the plague.
All right. Well, this question will go great then. All right. So the documentary Blackfish explores killer whales kept in captivity and focuses especially on Tilikum. Why was Tilikum, the killer whale, so special? All right. Your options are A, he used a picture board to communicate with humans and had a vocabulary of nearly 200 words. B, he killed 3 humans. C, he was kidnapped from SeaWorld by animal rights activists who released him into the ocean. Or D, he was the privately owned whale of Gary Busey.
Just real quick, want to point out the absolute balls on the man who named a whale Till I Come. Like that. Like that man has put things in a blowhole. And this movie is about the abuse of fish, and I think it's because he killed people. Yes? Yes, fish killed people.
Fish killed people.
That's my answer. Yeah.
Fine, that's correct. Yeah, he killed 3 people. And fun aside, that officially makes him a serial killer.
Oh!
Yeah. When you kill 3 people with a cooldown period in between, you're a serial killer.
Oh my God.
So.
Oh, but did he come? Just the real question. Okay.
The messed up
Sorry
thing about
that,
Danya, is that there is a scene in that documentary where a trainer is jerking off the whale.
Is there? I don't remember that.
Oh, there is. Yeah, go back and watch it because they have to in order for him to sire the other killer whales. Right. They had to get.
Wait, being serious right now? This isn't a bit.
Yeah, they would, and it's in the movie where they're just like just with this giant. Yeah.
Wait, so how long did they jerk him off?
How long? What?
How long did they jerk him off?
It did not show that much of it, and I don't know if that's
but
it was
like,
over or
was there a moment that they?
No,
depends how good they were.
Didn't show the end, if that's what you're wondering. It wasn't. All right.
Woo!
Too much info there. We got some people in the comments right now. By the way, if you want to give this video a thumbs up, that would be really helpful. Hey, James Sheehan and Anthony Sabelli's with us. Sean Rosa and Archer. I know they're all here. Anthony Mass is here. What's up, guys? How's it going? If you can click that thumbs up, that would be awesome. We're going to keep this quiz rolling right now. So Danya got that right? So Danya's got 3 in a row. All right, Nick, we're doing it right now.
We are. Come back.
Yeah, we gotta come back.
We gotta go till I come back.
Okay, what category do you want?
Let's go animals.
Okay. So your animal question is going to be about the documentary Tiger King. So your question is, have you seen this, Nick?
I have seen
this. You have seen this. Okay. So
yes.
Maybe this will help you having seen it. I'm not sure. But your question is, name the duo that wrote and performed the song I Saw a Tiger. Okay. Your options are A, Simon and Garfunkel. B, Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton. C, Sonny and Cher. Or D, Joe Exotic and that bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh my God. I don't know why they didn't talk about how that song came from a wonderful reunion between the dead Sonny and the very alive Cher. No, it was definitely not Joe Exotic, which was so sad because during episode 4 I was on Amazon looking for his CD, and it turns out you can get it for under $10.
Yeah.
But no, it was B. It was the ones you've never heard of.
Yeah, Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton. That is true. And funny you would mention that one of the options was a dead person because actually I think one of these guys has since passed away. And the real
was it that bitch Carol Baskin?
No, it was one of the actual duo. But
no, I mean, she did it, right? She killed Clinton.
Oh, no. Carol Baskin has done nothing wrong, ever.
I don't think she killed anyone.
I'm not convinced that she killed anyone.
I've ranted about this
Technically,
before.
the Tigers killed her husband.
She's definitely a bit of a weirdo, but you can't put a murder on her. There's no way to know that. I don't even think it's likely. I mean, consider the source of who thinks that she's guilty of this. All right, so we got 2 to 3 right now. Nick's trailing by 1. Danya, you got a chance to take a little bit more of a commanding lead here. So
let's see. Oh no.
All right, you got sports and wild card left right now.
I'm holding out for sports till the end. So let's go wild card.
All right, let's do it. All right, let me see. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about that documentary I mentioned. So, the 2019 docuseries Hellier explores what phenomenon? Your options are A. Reported sightings of goblins in Appalachia. B. Cattle mutilations in the Pacific Northwest. C. A medium who claims to be in contact with Helen Keller's ghost. Or D. When identical twins have identical dreams.
Wait, would Helen Keller's ghost be able to talk? Would she sign with the medium?
I have no idea.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. Can you say A and B again?
A is reported sightings of goblins in Appalachia, and B is cattle mutilations in the Pacific Northwest.
Let's B.
Oh, no, it's the goblin one.
You did this to me. I don't know how, but you did.
It's a good guess, but no, it's the really weird one. Yeah, reported goblin sightings, which they then link to UFO sightings and the Mothman prophecies. It's a whole weird thing.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, I think this leaves an opening here, man. You can catch up right here.
It sure does. And I'm afraid to go with sports because the only sports doc I've seen is the OJ documentary. So I'm gonna go with wild card.
Okay. So your wild card question is, this was a real fun documentary. I don't know if you've seen it, but during the film The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, famous flatfoot dancer Jesco White claims to have brain damage from what? A motorcycle accident. B, that time his wife hit him with their best banjo. C, listening to too much country music. Or D, huffing gasoline for a decade.
Oh boy. I have not seen this, and I mean, any of those could cause brain damage. I really hope that he didn't lose his best banjo in a head-related accident. So I'm going to go with huffing gas.
And that is correct. Huffing gasoline caused the brain damage. If you have not seen the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, I can't recommend it, actually. It's exactly what you think it would be. Just a bunch of people that are like, I learned how to collect Social Security when I was 12 years old, and I've never worked, and I just do drugs. And that's basically 2 hours of that. All right.
That sounds lovely.
So what's the score now?
I think we're 3-3,
3-3.
right?
Yeah, we're all tied up.
We're all tied up. And we're going into the dreaded sports category now.
That's right. Tie game going into sports.
This feels like a real, I don't know, sports situation.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like.
Bases loaded.
It's time for the full court press, May.
I don't know what that means. I'm not a sports person. All right, Danya, are you ready for your sports question?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is about the documentary Tickled. Okay.
Wait.
So.
Okay. All right.
I use the term sports pretty loosely in my day-to-day life. So journalist David Ferrier began his documentary when he came across videos showing the competitive sport of endurance tickling. He eventually discovered what about the sport? A, its officiating body was involved in a major money laundering conspiracy. B, there was a Tanya Harding-esque incident between the two leading athletes, or C, it's not a real sport. It was a fetish porn thing all along.
Well, judging by my internet history, I think there's only one real answer here. It's a fetish, yeah?
It is a fetish. It's the documentary is a lot weirder than that, though. It's worth the ride.
I have been on that.
Oh man! All right. Well, Nick, we're going to sports. We got to get this right to tie.
All
it
right,
up.
I'll take a tickled question.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that was our only tickled question.
Oh no!
I know it is very.
Turns out I've seen 2 sports documentaries.
Okay, so Nick, your question about a sports documentary is: Murderball is a documentary that follows which athlete? A. Disgraced baseball player Pete Rose. B. Mark Zupan of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. C. Matador Juan Jose Padilla. Or D. Aaron Hernandez.
Well, it's murder ball and not murder bull, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So it's not the Matador or Aaron Hernandez. So I'm gonna go with, what was the first one again?
A was disgraced baseball player Pete Rose.
Oh fuck, no, he didn't kill anybody. I'm gonna go with Paralympics.
B. Mark Zupan of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. That is correct. And another film that I didn't think that I was gonna enjoy that much, but it's really good. It gets into a lot more than just the sport. They like follow the characters around a little bit, and there's a nice Canada versus U.S. Rivalry in there because one of the guys from the U.S. went to Canada to coach against us, so they call him Benedict Arnold throughout.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Colonial burn, nice.
Indeed. All right, we're at 5-4 right now, right? Is that what you have, man?
4-4.
4-4?
4-4.
Oh, sorry. So 4-4. I must have marked that down twice for Nick because I was so excited about the right answer. Okay. So hey, it's still tied up.
Well, the documentary about this cheating scandal is going to be epic.
Yeah.
All right, so Danya, all categories are on the table again, which are animal, fraud, cult, sports, and wild card.
Colt.
Cult. So I don't think I wrote any other cult questions, but Sean wrote one, so I'll steal that for you. All right. Your question is, what is the highest level of law enforcement that the Church of Scientology was able to infiltrate? Your options are A, the Secret Service, B, the Sheriff's Department in Clearwater, Florida, C, the FBI, or D, Hanover Mall Security.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm trying to come up with something witty and I can't. I'm sorry. B.
B. So B is the Sheriff's Department. Is that
No,
what you're doing?
it's not. Okay, then I didn't think it was B. Okay, C.
The FBI?
Yeah, it's the FBI.
The FBI is correct.
Okay. I get the Sheriff's Department and the FBI confused.
So do they.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I think
True.
that's from the documentary Clear History.
Yeah, or Going Clear on HBO.
Going Clear,
That's a really good
sorry.
one.
Clear History is a movie with Larry David.
I'm in that movie.
What?
What?
Are you?
Real briefly, my back is in that movie. I was an extra for 2 days on.
Oh my god, that's why I
Wow.
like that movie so much.
I think so. You saw my mustard jacket and thought, I think there's something about this that tickles me.
It's like I'm seeing a good friend of
Tickle.
mine right now. That's great. Yeah, definitely. The Church of Scientology is a interesting entity that I'm not going to say anything bad about because I don't want them to murder me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have a big enough audience that they would, unfortunately. But
True. All right. Our goal is to someday get to murdered by Scientology levels of audience. So, Nick, what category do you want, man? We're behind by one right now.
I'm gonna jump with Colts and see if I can get Scientology to murder me at least.
Colt, okay.
I think those were all the cult questions, unless you
have,
wrote another one, Sean.
Oh, we have one more. You wrote this one. That's why. Maybe I put it in the wrong one. The HBO documentary series focusing on NXIVM.
That's Nexium. I already asked.
Oh, Nexium. Okay, you did.
God, Sean. Jeez.
You did ask this question. Okay.
All right, then we will skip over that, I guess.
We're out of cult questions. Yeah. Sorry.
Let's just say I won the cult category too and move on to fraud.
Started a cult. Very successful.
So you got animals, sports, wild card, fraud.
All right, I'm going to go with fraud.
Okay, cool. So, all right. This is about the Bikram yoga documentary that's on Netflix right now. So the question is, during a 2016 interview on Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, Bikram Chowdhury claimed that people spend $1 million for which one of these? A, private yoga lessons. B, hot yoga franchising rights. C, his wisdom. Or D, a drop of his sperm.
Ooh. I feel like, and I saw this. I don't remember this being in the documentary.
It is not in the documentary. This is
okay.
This is research I did on my own.
I feel like he was giving away his sperm, so I'm going to rule that one out. I'm going to say franchising. I think that was his big thing, right?
The answer is actually a drop of his sperm. He and this is maybe a bit of an unfair question because it wasn't from the documentary. It was from a Real Sports with Brian Gumbel interview.
I told you I don't watch sports, even the real ones.
But he, when he was responding to sexual assault allegations, he said, "Why would I harass anybody? Women pay $1 million for a drop of my sperm." That was his defense. Was that people pay $1 million?
Oh.
All right, cool. So worse than what I said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's bad. He's not a good dude.
Pretty bad dude.
All right, so it's
great yoga.
5-4 right now. What do you say? One or two more questions? What do you think? We get through one or two more?
Yeah. What are you guys feeling? One or two more?
I'm feeling as many as it takes for me to come out of the hole.
Let's do two more. And that gives Nick a lot of leeway to catch up here.
Yeah. All right. So, Danya, your second to last question. You can pick from animal, fraud, sports, or wild card.
Animals.
Animals. All right. Your question is another Tiger King question. All right. So, in the documentary Tiger King, the subjects either admitted to, were convicted of, or claimed that a number of crimes were committed. Which is not one of the crimes covered in this documentary? Your options are A, smuggling cocaine inside the bodies of snakes. B, arson that killed animals and destroyed property. C, the dismemberment of an ATF informant. Or D, bestiality.
You know what? The answer to this one's so surprising because it was hinted at the entire series, but no one ever really comes out and says that they're fucking the tigers. You know, like you assume the entire it's so sexual the way that they talk to the animals. But I'm gonna say bestiality.
That is correct. That is the only crime that of the ones I mentioned that they do not talk about. Yeah, and I feel like we all really skipped over the ATF agent getting dismembered, but that's in there. That's episode 2, you guys.
He was still the most sane person in that documentary.
By far, Scarface was the most normal guy out of all of them. Like, by a lot.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that he was normal, but I'd say that he does have like an air about him that makes him seem so normal that maybe when he tells you to dismember somebody, you're just like, well, if he's saying it, surely it's fine to do.
That guy can pass in society as not a tiger person.
True.
Everyone else, you're like, that's a tiger person.
True.
And this is just some fun side trivia I learned. Some of the alligators who died in the arson, they had belonged to Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he died, some of his alligators went to Joe Exotic.
Wow. Do you think he was
Their
friends?
secrets died with them.
You think he was friends with Joe Exotic when he was alive?
No.
They were both predators. So.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not a fan of Joe Exotic.
No, he's a bad guy.
Nor should you be. I don't think that documentary was made for him to look good, but somehow people are still like, yeah, that guy, very cool.
Free him.
Yeah. All right, so it's 6-4 right now.
6-4.
So Nick needs to get both of his next questions right, and Danya needs to get her last question wrong.
Nick, we're gonna mop it up here.
All right.
What category do you want?
I'm gonna do it. Which ones do I have to choose from?
You can go with, let's see, fraud, sports, or wild card.
I think there's a couple of animal questions left, too.
So, yeah, we do have a couple of animal questions left, too. So, animal, fraud, sports, or wild card.
Well, fraud, I've seen both of the documentaries you've asked me about and got both of those wrong, so I'm going to go wild card.
Okay, let's see. Which one of these haven't we asked yet? All right. Here's a wild card one for you. In the docuseries McMillions, we learned that all of the $1 million game pieces that were winners were stolen and given to friends and family. Who was involved in the conspiracy to defraud McDonald's of $24 million? Is it A, an ex-cop, B, a mobster, C, some Mormon dude, or D, all of the above?
I don't remember some Mormon dude, but I'm trying to think, because the guy, I can't remember if he was an ex-cop or he was a rejected cop, because he was like a security guy, and you would pull that kind of bullshit on me. Specifically. A mob guy was in it. Oh, god damn it. Mob guy.
It was actually D, all of the above.
Fuck you, Sean.
The security guy was a cop before he became security, but then he got sick and had to leave the force. The mobster was definitely involved, and there was some Mormon dude involved in there as well. He was the real estate guy that got involved. So, right now
I blame the question on that
one,
as I have all of the questions I've gotten wrong.
We're still at 6-4, and we only got one question left. So I think Danya's clinched it at this point. But let's play it through. Let's go all the way with it, though.
All right. Maybe she'll get it so wrong we'll take a point away. I don't know.
I would understand.
If she gets it wrong, can I steal it?
Oh, that might be an aspect that we have to add to this game because
that'd be interesting.
We're still kind of hammering this out. This is the first time we've done.
Maybe you get a chance to steal for half a point or something.
I like that.
Sure.
Then I can only lose by half a point.
Or we give you more points the more
right.
that options are eliminated. So by the end, you get 4 points even without. You already know that it's not 3 of the answers, and you just get 4 points for just guessing it. It would make no sense. I'm just saying it's a way that Nick could
Whatever
catch up.
helps me
Yeah.
win. This is on you.
It sounds like a fraud conspiracy to me, but all
There's
right.
2 documentaries we can make about that.
All right, so Danya, you have to choose from for your final category: fraud, sports, or wild card.
Wild card.
All right. Your question is about the 2001 documentary Bowling for Columbine. Have you seen that one?
I have.
Were you alive in 2001?
I was alive. I've seen a lot of Michael Moore stuff. The documentary, I've seen some documentaries,
Okay,
but
all right.
just not enough.
Got it. Okay, so in Michael Moore's 2001 documentary Bowling for Columbine, Moore ends the film with a very sad and confusing interview with which celebrity supporter of the NRA? Your options are A. Clint Eastwood, B. Charlton Heston, C. Chuck Norris, or D. all of the above.
Oh boy, it could be all of them, but I feel like we already had an all of the above question, so I'm surprised Ted Nugent isn't in there. I watched this documentary when I was very young, which was a mistake. I did that with Fahrenheit 9. That was one Fahrenheit 9/11. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go all of the above.
That is incorrect. It was Charlton Heston.
Fuck you, Sean.
It's a weird, sad, confusing end to a pretty good documentary, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in 10 years or more, so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Nick, this is your chance to steal.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah, this is your chance to lose 6-5 instead of 6-4. So let's seize the day.
Fraud.
All right. Let's see. We did that question and that question. Let me see. I don't think we've done. Oh no, we did that one already. Oh, this one's from May. May, did we already do this one? The 2012 documentary Queen of Versailles? We didn't do that yet.
We did not.
You have not.
All right. Well, let's do it. So,
I can't wait to get another one wrong for a documentary I've seen.
the 2012 documentary Queen of Versailles follows David and Jackie Segal as they navigate their loss of their immense wealth during the 2008 crash. How does David Segal make his fortune? Or how did he make his fortune? And your options are, he was part of Bernie Madoff's inner circle. B, he owned the largest timeshare resort in the world. C, embezzlement, racketeering, and some light treason. Or D, he made millions off of penny stocks.
Ooh, well, I don't think what he did was actually a crime, because I think you're kind of okay with him for a little bit. I think it was timeshares. I think that was his thing.
That's correct.
Oh,
It's not technically illegal, but it's a scam.
Still bad.
Yeah.
I didn't say you like them. I just said you were okay with them for a while, in the point where you sort of feel bad for them. That's what makes it a good documentary. You feel bad for rich people wasting their money.
That's true.
So it looks like Danya took the day at 6-5. Not bad. Are there any questions that you wanted to get to, May, that we didn't get to?
I don't think so. I think we covered most of them. What about you, Sean?
I did this Grizzly Man one that I like that one, and I don't know if anybody... Have you guys watched Grizzly Man?
I have not.
I can't. I have not.
Yeah, let's throw it up for the whole
I have
group.
a hard time with that ending.
You can all try and guess. So what happens to Timothy Treadwell at the end of Grizzly Man? A, he adopts a bear cub. B, he gets the high score in Donkey Kong. C, he wins the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally Beard competition, or D, he gets eaten by a bear?
I mean, he gets the high score in Donkey Kong, but that isn't how it ends. It ends with his tragic death.
It does. He gets eaten by a bear. That's
And
correct.
Werner Herzog will not show that footage.
Yeah,
He's heard it and says it will haunt him to his death.
and understandably so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He didn't feel life again until he saw Baby Yoda for the first time.
That is true.
That's a big spoiler. I feel like that's a real big spoiler. That just occurred. Like I didn't know that happens in Grizzly Man. I've wanted to watch Grizzly Man.
That's the whole reason to watch it.
I thought it was just a good Werner Herzog movie.
I mean I knew what happened before I watched it, and
well, I could have not.
oh yeah, sorry, I ruined
You,
it.
John.
I mean, look, Danya, you defeated my boy Nick tonight, and I had to get back at you by throwing out some spoilers.
Understandable, I get it. Yeah.
So,
wait to see the end of Ken Burns'
That's
Civil
the
War.
revenge for me getting mauled by trivia.
all right. Well, hey, that's our quiz. Thanks for taking the quiz, Danya and Nick.
I do want to throw out one more documentary recommendation. Yeah. It's the Pillow and Blanket Fort episode of Community from season 3. I don't know if you've gotten that far yet, John, but it's a great documentary.
I'm still on season 1 because I've been splitting my time between that and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Got it, yeah.
Joint custody.
But thanks for doing...
It's one of the best Ken Burns documentaries.
Hands down, it's great. Yeah.
Thanks to everybody that watched, and we'll be back tomorrow night with the debate. And thanks, May, for writing half of this show and co-hosting with me. And thanks to Nick and Danya for doing the quiz tonight. It was a lot of fun. So if you guys want to hang out for a minute, I'm just going to do the outro music, and then we can all hug and say goodbye.
Sounds good.
Side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side. Pick a side, just